Today's lesson is on shield volcanoes. Shield volcanoes are a type of quiet eruption, which we had talked about in the last unit. And we're just going to go into shield volcanoes, draw a picture, kind of label the parts for them. So a shield volcano is just a gently sloping volcano that looks like a shield. Okay, so a gently sloping volcano that looks like a shield. They got their name shield volcano because people thought they looked like a Roman shield kind of laying on its back. So you see this very gently sloping sides here. They thought this looked like a Roman shield. Okay, so that's why they're called shield volcanoes. The why, though, why are these volcanoes gently sloping? So you see they're not steep. Why are these volcanoes gently sloping? It's because they have low viscosity lava. When they erupt, so this is Mauna Loa, okay, when they erupt, the lava can run all the way down to the ocean. Lava can run all the way down to the ocean. So it makes these things very gently sloping, almost flat. Imagine if you had a cup of water and you dumped it out on a table, it would go flat because it's very low viscosity. But if you had a cup of peanut butter and you dumped the cup of peanut butter out, it's going to stay pretty steep. It's not going to go out flat because it's a higher viscosity. So these shield volcanoes are very gently sloping because they're low viscosity lava. Now, why is it low viscosity lava? Because number one, it's mafic, and number two, it's very hot. We talked about this at the end of the last lesson. The lava is mafic because it's in the ocean plate. It's not gonna melt in any silicates. And it's very hot because ocean plates are really thin. Okay, so it still has the heat from the mantle or from the asthenosphere. So very gently sloping volcanoes because they're made of low viscosity lava, because it's mafic and hot. So how big are these volcanoes? They're huge. This is the largest volcano type. The Mauna Loa, okay, if you see this slide, it says the world's largest structure. They actually just found that there is a larger one called Tamu Massif in the Pacific Ocean, even bigger than Mauna Loa here. But Mauna Loa, kind of for size, it's over 33,000 feet tall if you take it from all the way at its base beneath water and go to the very top. That's taller than Mount Everest is tall. Okay, we consider Mount Everest to be the tallest mountain because it's 29,000 feet above sea level. Mauna Loa, it just happens that most of Mauna Loa is below the ocean surface. Only about 14,000 feet is above the ocean water. The rest of it is beneath the surface. So it is huge. So if I drew a picture of Mauna Loa or just any shield volcano, which is what we're going to be doing, you're going to draw it very gently sloping. Okay, so something like this, very gently sloping. I'm going to put a little depression at the top and then gently sloping down the other side. Okay. If this was a picture of all of Mauna Loa, the water level would be somewhere in here. Okay, the water level would be cutting across, kind of in here. And all of this would be underwater. So they're huge. All right, let's get to the parts of a shield volcano. So turn your note sheet over, find a spot to draw a picture, label your picture shield volcano, and draw a gently sloping volcano like I have here. Okay, so the sides are going to be very gently sloping, put a depression at the top, and then gently sloping down the other side. Once you have that done, the next thing that you're going to draw is the conduit. The conduit is going to be the main pipe from the summit to the magma chamber. So you're drawing this main pipe that's going to go from the summit to the magma chamber. So there's the magma chamber. So I can label this magma chamber. And then label your pipe here. Label that the conduit. Okay, so normally lava is going to be coming out the conduit here. Sometimes though, the lava in here is going to get cold and it's going to harden. So it's going to harden here and it's going to plug up the main vent. If it does plug up the main vent, then the lava is probably just going to melt its way through to the side. Okay, so it's going to melt its way through like that to the side. You should remember what this is if it cuts across the rock layers. Okay, the rock layers are going like this. So what is this that cuts across the rock layers? Is a dike. Remember, the dike was the tube or sheet that cut across the rock layers. So we learned that last time. So that's the dike. Now, the dike is going to go to a fissure. So let me put an arrow and put down fissure. The fissure is just the crack in the side of a shield volcano that erupts with lava because the main vent gets plugged. So the lava is going to melt its way out the side, out a fissure. Okay. When it comes out the fissure, it's going to flow down, okay, the sides all the way to the ocean. So the lava is going to flow down like that. As the lava is flowing down in a river, down the side of the volcano, the top of it is going to get hardened. So let me switch colors here so maybe you can have a better idea of what it looks like. So I'm going to make it black. So lava is the red. So lava is this river flowing down. Well, the top of it is going to harden over. I'm going to leave a little gap here. So the top of that lava river hardens. So it makes a tunnel of lava. That tunnel of lava there going down the sides of the volcano is called a lava tube. Okay, so a lava tube is the tunnel of lava flowing down the side of the volcano. And again, it's a tunnel because the top of this lava river hardens. That insulates the lava that's flowing underneath, so it all is going to run out. Okay? And then when the volcano stops erupting, it'll actually leave an open tunnel. And I'll show you what that looks like. Sometimes there's a little break in the top, and I left a little spot open. Hopefully you did too. Otherwise you can erase a little part. That's where the ceiling or the roof collapsed. That is called a skylight. Okay, it might just collapse because of its own weight. Hopefully it didn't collapse because somebody was walking on top of it and the weight, collapsed it in. That's a little skylight. And I'll show you pictures looking into skylights, and you can see the lava flowing really quickly underneath. One last part that we need to put on our picture, and that's this depression at the top of the volcano. That depression at the top of the volcano is called a caldera. Okay, caldera. Why is there a depression at the top of the volcano? Because, as you see, the magma started going the other way, so there wasn't as much support here, so the top is going to collapse in. And I'll show you another slide that's going to show the picture of that collapsing in to make this depression at the top of this, we call it inactive volcano, because it's not erupting out of there right at the moment. Okay, so that's your picture. Okay, that's all it is to your picture. So I'm going to finish drawing your picture. And then I said the definitions, but I also put the definitions on the next page here, so you can just copy them down if you didn't get them while I was talking. So that conduit was the main pipe from the magma chamber to the summit. The fissure was the crack in the side of the volcano where the lava erupts. And why is it going out the side? Because the main vent got plugged and the lava found an easier way out. The caldera, that was the depression at the top of the inactive volcano. And why was it a depression? Because the top collapses because the magma chamber emptied and there's nothing there to support it. And we'll see that in the picture. And then the last one was the lava tube. The lava tube is the tunnel of lava flowing down the sides of the volcano. And why is there a tunnel of lava? The lava on top of the lava river cooled and hardened. That insulated the lava underneath and allowed it to keep flowing. And the skylight was just the hole in the top of the lava tube where the roof collapsed. So if you need to pause the video to finish writing these down, go ahead. I'm just going to move along though and look at some pictures of this stuff. So first is the caldera. So here you see our magma chamber. It's filled, supporting the rocks here. As the magma chamber empties, there's no more support. So the magma chamber there, so the top is going to collapse and make this depression. And lots of times you'll form a lake. So lots of times we'll have lakes at the top of volcanoes, inactive volcanoes, like that. So the magma chamber emptied, so there wasn't support, so the top fell in. Here are a couple calderas. This is the one in on Kilauea. So Kilauea is the active volcano on the Big Island of Hawaii. Some people still leave gifts for Pele. Pele, the goddess of volcanoes, is said to live here. Some of the native people still come by and leave gifts. This is a picture I took when I was there. This is another picture showing the caldera at the top of Kilauea in Hawaii. This is the parking lot here, so you can see how big this caldera is. Crater Lake, kind of misnamed a little bit. Crater Lake is actually a caldera. It's in Oregon. And you see this huge lake at the top of the mountain because, again, the top fell in. This is Wizard Island. Kind of a neat little thing. You see a little caldera in Wizard Island. So it's a caldera and a volcano and a caldera and a volcano. Wizard Island is a relatively new island. It came up out of the water. So this lake just used to be a lake with no island in it. And then some lava and ash started coming up and it actually made another little volcano inside the big volcano. And you see these green things, those are trees. So you get a little bit of scale. Those are trees. This is a huge caldera. Here's a picture of lava tubes and skylights. This is Thurston's lava tube in Hawaii on the Big Island. It is in Mauna Loa. And you can see it used to be filled with lava. There's another one here. This used to be filled with lava. The top hardened over, it insulated the lava, so now the lava ran out. Once the volcano stopped erupting, you can actually go into these things. You can climb. Some of them are miles long, and you can go through these tunnels and climb up the sides of the volcano. This is another picture on Kilauea, so in Hawaii. This is a skylight in the lava tube. You can kind of see from the picture the lava is kind of flowing this direction. So they're not standing on top of the lava tube, which you wouldn't want to. It's really hot, and also you have the danger of collapsing the roof and falling into lava and be taken away and killed. Obviously bad. So the lava tube is kind of under this area. And they're getting ready to throw some sampling equipment into this flow of lava so they can sample the mineral composition, temperature, everything like that. So this is a skylight in a lava tube. We'll see a lot more of this in some videos that we'll be watching. Still talking about these quad eruptions, there are two types of lava that is associated with quad eruptions, especially these shield volcanoes. And those two types are A'a and Pahoehoe. Okay, so the first one, A'a. Let me change, I can leave this color. A'a, AA, that's this one. So it's a lava that has a surface broken into sharp or angular fragments. Sometimes people call it blocky lava. The other type is called Pahoehoe. Okay, Pahoehoe, this one here. These are Hawaiian names, as you might have guessed. Pahoehoe. Pahoehoe means ropey. Okay, so it's lava with a smooth or ropey surface. You can see in this picture, it kind of looks like coils of rope. So Pahoehoe in Hawaiian language means ropey. Why did they call this one A'a? Well, maybe you can figure that one out. Kind of an interesting little side note. So figure out that. Look it up. This one here, what is this? Is it smooth or is it sharp? It's smooth, so that's another picture of Pahoehoe. The composition of these, remember, is the same. The reason that the Pahoehoe is a little bit smoother is because it's slightly hotter. Okay, so a little bit hotter, a little bit smoother. The A'a, same thing, just a little bit cooler. And then, kind of we said there's two types. Then there's kind of a third option. If any of this, whether it's A'a, Pahoehoe, is probably going to be Pahoehoe, erupted underwater, it's called pillow lava. So pillow lava is just low viscosity lava erupted underwater. So that's pillow lava. And pillow lava, it forms these, looks like pillows. Obviously, they're not soft. They are hard. They are solid basalt. But they kind of look like pillows, so I call them pillow lava. We'll see some video of these forming in class. Then the last thing, and some more pictures of A'a and Pahoehoe. So some A'a and Pahoehoe right next to each other. You see the sharp and blocky surface and the smooth one. There's a picture I took of the flow that went and destroyed the city of Kalapana in Hawaii. I like the no parking sign in there. That's all Pahoehoe flows. And this is the group that I went with when I went there. You can see the road that was going to Kalapana. The lava flow just came over and stopped it. And when I went there, it was about 2 miles to get to the lava. So you'd hike over this Pahoehoe flow, 2 miles, and you can see the lava flowing, just like you see in the videos. It's pretty amazing to see this lava flowing and going into the ocean. You watch it at night, it's really cool, and you can walk back. You have to walk back in the dark, but it's really neat to go see this. You have to be careful again if you walk and you cross the lava tube. You don't want it to collapse and fall in, but it's pretty neat to see this. Okay, the last thing with these shield volcanoes, I think I'm going to split off onto another short video so this video doesn't get too long. That's going to be the landforms that form after the plates move off the hotspot. So we'll get that in the next video.